Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Michael, so please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. As you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with healing the inner child, group 2 in the center with energy transmutation, and group 3 on the right with cellular healing. As always, the timestamps are listed below in the description box. I do have personal readings open at this point in time, and I recently launched a 21-day guided meditation retreat, which you have access to forever. So if you are interested in having that resource available to you, you can find that as the first link in the description box below. I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Michael, and you selected the first group with the Healing the Inner Child card. Group number 1. You've been doing a lot of work with your inner child lately. I'm getting over a longer period of time as well. Now, you might not have set out on this journey intentionally, some of you have, but there's definitely this journey of rolling up your sleeves and showing up for your inner child, perhaps walking a long journey in their name, or standing up for them, fixing relationships for them, ending relationships for them, standing up for them, having fun for them, resting for them, things like this. And the first message that wants to come through is that you've been doing an amazing job, a wonderful job, but also that you are protected. You don't need to be the only one protecting your inner child. Archangel Michael would like to let you know that he is here as well, protecting your inner child, protecting you because you are his child. And would also like to remind you that truth is the most important thing in this world. So continue to commit yourself to truth. You are also aware that you have given your inner child a lot of time to heal, to process, to rest, to cry, to play, to learn, to grow. But you might feel like the version of you today could have been felt a little bit left behind. Sorry, I'm channeling. Sometimes I jumble my words when I channel. Archangel Michael would like for you to know that things are going to be coming together for you quite smoothly. Things are smooth sailing. You keep receiving a message that something that you see going one way will soon shift tides and go the other way, in a positive direction, one which you would like. Your job is to show up, to believe it, and to not take it to heart, whether things go one way or the other. Detachment from the outcome as much as you can. You might have a desire to control an outcome, control a narrative, or at the very least do what you can. I'm hearing the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Let's get into the tarot for you. Archangel Michael, what is your message for group number 1 today? Have more fun. But what is fun for you? When you think of have more fun, you might think of a particular vibe, but it might not be enticing to you. Allow yourself to examine and maybe redefine what is fun for you. There's a little bit of confusion in this sector because of perhaps what others think is fun, or maybe you have fun when you hang out with others, or you have agreed upon commitments with others, and this is your definition of fun. It still feels structured. It feels like a communal definition of fun rather than an individual interpretation still. You know what's fun for you, but it might be a little bit, I'm hearing up to the group. So you're being encouraged to refine these energies a little bit, just so that they're closer to you. Your life, your definition of fun, your definition of success, your next steps, They're not a group decision. And this might be why you are working so hard to perhaps achieve certain things or arise at certain outcomes, due to the fact that it seems that there's so much that is not in your control. Even the things where you show up and you do your best, it seems that even those things are out of your hands. And so Archangel Michael would like to remind you that you are protected, and would also like to take a moment to encourage you to connect with your internal narrative. You have been progressing spiritually recently, but this has also caused a little bit of a change pertaining to your internal narrative. Perhaps your spiritual journey has been more externally focused, and you desire for it to be more internally focused. Perhaps your spiritual journey has been more internally focused, and you look outside and you see growth in you, but not much outside of you. You're being encouraged at this point in time to look around your local neighborhood, is what I'm hearing, and be aware of the fact that there is change to your expression that has been occurring. This is a positive thing. You are finding your voice. But Archangel Michael would like for you to know that you are soon going to be arriving upon dry land. And that here, you might kind of feel like you don't know where you're headed to. You might feel a little lost at sea. It is not that you are trying so hard to control, but rather, Archangel Michael sees that you set out on a boat from one land to another, and you should have arrived by now. You left looking at the weather forecast. You shouldn't have hit any storms. You know navigation. You've been helping others navigate. But for some reason, I'm being shown those that you directed, those that you helped, they've got a motor on their boat, but you are sailing. And to sail, you don't point the bow of your boat, the front of your boat. Well, you point it in the direction you'd like to go. But in order to get there, you must, I'm hearing come about. In order to get there, you must veer a little to the right, a little to the left. You must go with the wind. Sometimes you have to make a big curve to end up where you're going to go, because sailing is about being there. It's not about arriving so much. But you might see others on, super mega ultra yachts. You might see others on quick little speed boats going hundreds of knots. But you consistently adjust your sails as necessary. You cannot control the wind. You are on a different journey. You will be arriving at your destination. But first, enjoy the sail. Learn how to enjoy the sail. Sailing is considered a luxury. But when you have a destination in mind, this might be where it becomes stressful or even confusing. Archangel Michael would like to remind you to continue to trust your intuition about what makes you happy and what makes you feel at home. You're also aware of the fact that there are new beginnings all around you. But there's a little bit of this temptation for them to either occur faster or to bring everybody with you or to have more help than you either have currently or have had in the past. There seems to be a bit of it feels like an injustice, but again, it's going back into focusing on yourself and seeing your definition of fun, your definition of play. Now, there are some things you need to figure out for yourself. For example, if you see a child doing something that they are not supposed to do, right? And it might not be the world's greatest evil. It might not be the worst thing in the world, right? But you see them doing something that might not end well, and you can see it very clearly, right? You will not maybe say to them not to do it. You might occasionally allow them to learn, rather than being the decisive yes or no, the decisive no, you're not allowed to do that. This releasing this control energy, yes, this will happen, yes, this must happen, no, this won't happen, no, this can't happen, this will happen in this timeline, or alternatively outsourcing that to others, perhaps parents or parental figures around you, perhaps those who maybe are where you wish to be, maybe internally or externally, materially, emotionally. You'll also find perhaps that you lean on your intuition in a similar way as well. It's reminding me of a reading that I did for myself yesterday, actually. I got to like that point in the afternoon where I was very tired. I had enough energy left. Let's say I had like 2 spoons left. I had 2 things I could do left in that day. And so I was kind of asking my intuition, what should I do? And I pulled the tarot cards, and then the message that I got was, make a decision what to do next. What should I do next? Make a decision about what to do next. And Archangel Michael is here to deliver you a similar message pertaining to find what feels right for you. Find what honors you. Now, there might be a right or a wrong when it comes to maybe a perspective with high vibrational timelines, low vibrational timelines, which is the specifically correct choice to make. When it comes to perhaps cracking the code to something or succeeding at something, or do I sail to the right or do I sail to the left? Well, if you're trying to go straight, you will inevitably go both right and left, feeling like you're taking a detour. But your life, Archangel Michael is saying, is not an analogy. And for this reason, you deserve to feel at home. Put one foot in front of the other. And when you see that what others want to do is fine with you, but it doesn't match what makes you happy, or when you're helping others to get to your goal and somehow inevitably prolonging your own, remember this. Love is not selfish, but at the same time, you deserve that love as well. If you give yourself love from an external perspective, the love that you have to give is not selfish. You would take the shirt off your back, the only shirt off your back, for someone who was just a little bit cold. You would set yourself on fire so that someone else could stay warm. But if you were to remove yourself and treat your body as a stranger to you, and choose to love it dearly like this, you want to do what you think is fun, in the direction that you want to go. You listen to your ideas as the decisive factor. You will find here that there is growth in this area. You'll find here that I'm hearing, against all odds, you and your community will thrive. There's a little bit of this vibe of, do you reach your goals, or do you and your whole community all arrive a little shy of your goals? And so naturally you've selected the latter. Archangel Michael would like to ask you to, for once, choose the former. And remember that if you feel called, I'm hearing at little points during your day, your week, your journey, I'm hearing Archangel Michael say, and don't forget to say hi to me too sometimes. Archangel Michael is protecting you, but is protecting you in the way that you protect a small child or a puppy or a lamb. Softly, quietly, gently, and at a distance, not so close as to provoke or scare the creature. Not so close that it feels like a bodyguard, but at a distance where you might not know you're being protected, so you can go about your own business, following the wind. I'm hearing this song, what is it? Wind of My Soul by Cat Stevens. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I end up, oh, I think only God really knows. So, group number 1, that is your channeled message from Archangel Michael. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you today. Have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in a personal, I do offer channeling sessions, tarot readings, astrology, astrocartography, Reiki. You'll find them on my Etsy store. I've got a whole spiritual shop up there, so you'll find that in the description box. It's on Etsy at Spiritualistik. Feel free to join my meditation retreat if you're interested in that. I do offer exclusive content on Patreon and here on YouTube, as well as on TikTok, as well as, of course, all of the public content that I post every single week for you all. Feel free to pick out another reading or another pile in this reading, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Michael, and you selected the second group with the Energy Transmutation card. Group 2, the first thing that I'm getting for you is that you've been doing an amazing job. And not to push yourself. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. With that being said, I'm getting that you are coming out of a winter. You're coming out of a winter phase. This can be that you are reawakening. You are coming alive. You are coming into abundance. It's kind of this energy of a period of frost or maybe stagnation or coldness coming to a close for you in your life. Now, your ability to shift gears when needed is a very commendable quality about you. And at the same time, you shouldn't need to be wearing so many different hats. And so, you've learned to take off a few, how to consolidate a few together, and how to become more efficient at the ones that you choose to keep. There's something here about comfort, about luxury, or about a higher vibration, about more ease, this kind of energy that is reawakening for you. And you're going to find that you can track almost to the T when something entered your life and something else stopped, versus when that initial thing exited and then the flow began again. And being shown like something comes into your life, say that you are a river and there's a really big boulder that gets stuck in the river, and so it disrupts the flow of the river. It becomes stagnated. Once the boulder moves along or gets removed, then the river flows smoothly again. This is, in essence, energy transmutation. And Archangel Michael wants to remind you that all energy transmutation is not created equal. It doesn't need to be heavy lifting. It doesn't need to be taking the darkest depths of shadow and putting all of your energy and effort into it and willpower and transmuting it, transforming it into light. It doesn't need to be intense alchemy all the time. It can be something like burying it in the earth, giving it up to the divine. It can look like surrender. It can also look like simply removing something out of your life or consolidating a few things together. This is alchemy. It doesn't just need to be taking something and turning it into its polar opposite. Things are flowing in that direction anyway. The creative alchemization of certain energies is something that you are very good at, but it's time to bring more attention and awareness to this gift of yours. You'll find that over the next period, you will learn how to refine and fine-tune some of your creative gifts and your alchemical gifts and see how they fit hand in hand. Your heart chakra has been really relieved lately, feeling happy and healthy and spunky. Your gratitude practice is present, and you are learning to speak your truth in ways that you are learning are helpful for you and for others. And also, I'm getting are not as abrasive as you think. There's also a little bit of this boulder in a river energy when it comes to speaking your truth. Perhaps because of the way that it might come out. Perhaps because of what others might think. I'm also getting the kind of vibe where if you share your story, it might paint the reality of some people that they try so hard to cover up. Or simply, you wish to do right by everyone, even those who have wronged you. But you have to do right by yourself as well. Sharing your story, sharing your creativity. If you shine too bright, it might make others uncomfortable. If you put yourself out there, you start posting on social media like you want to have a job doing social media. What do the people from your hometown think? Right? It's not about that. You know that. Archangel Michael wants to remind you of a cold, light energy that you've experienced, that you fell in love with immediately. And how this is an energy that persists within you as home in some way, shape, or form, vibrationally. Now, there's a reason for this. You'll find that when you feel more in resonance with this energy, this home-like feeling, well, let's say the more that you resonate with it as feeling like home, the more you resonate with that feeling, the more that your definition of that is feels like home, the more on top of the ball you are. The more on top of your spiritual journey you are, the more connected with yourself you are, the happier you are, the more in flow you are, the more creative you are. And the more that energy feels dangerous or foreign or hard to reach or underwhelming or not enough or too much or something, those might be the moments where you experience a boulder in your river, a little hiccup, an inconvenience, the need to transmute, the need for an energy to be there where you feel the need to transmute it or alchemize it in a particular way. So anchor yourself into this energy, the vibe. It might be moving to a place, it might be spending more time around a person, but it's not about your body and where it is located or who is around it. It is not about your physical surroundings, mind, body, spirit, people, places, things, ideas. It is more about the energy, anchoring in that energy. And I'm hearing this song, Die a Happy Man, by, I believe it's Thomas Rhett, but it's specifically about the part where, like the chorus, where he says, if I never get to see the northern lights, if I never get to see the Eiffel Tower at night. It's like that part. If I never XYZ, and I'm getting that you have done all of the things. If you hadn't, you wouldn't know. If you hadn't done those things, you wouldn't know what it is that you don't want to live without energetically. Again, not a person, place, thing, job, idea. Energy. Your core. When you are around things that you like, when you do the things you want to do, when you meet the people that you want to meet, when you put yourself out there, you collect the experiences in life that you want to. This is how you learn yourself even more. You say, I like this, I don't like that, that was really cool, I've never heard of this before, and now ultimately it's my favorite thing all of a sudden. Well, this language sounds really cool, I would love to learn it. I wouldn't have even considered that before. Wow, yeah, I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights, but let me tell you, when I first saw them and stood under them, the first moment I saw them, you cannot replace that feeling with any idea of it, any picture of it. Sure, the pictures might be in better quality than your physical eyes, but there's no feeling that can compare to that. It's an energy like this that Archangel Michael would like for you to anchor into. Now, let's take a look at the tarot, since a lot of this is coming channeling. So this lets me know that you are either a very strong channel yourself or just have a lot of messages from Archangel Michael today. Very strong, beautiful energy. You yourself are a very clear channel. You also know how to be, I'm getting you wear many hats, okay? Don't allow yourself to confuse being able to wear, or actually wearing many hats, being multidimensional with being a shapeshifter. There are many shapeshifters out there, and to be a shapeshifter, that requires one to wear a costume, a mask, a disguise. To wear many hats means to be yourself and take up space in multitudes. Oh, okay. So Archangel Michael would like to address with you, okay, something connected to the energy that came out before. Maybe, let's use my Northern Lights example. Maybe you saw them once and you're like, wow, that was beautiful. That's a once in a lifetime energy. That's a once-in-a-lifetime feeling. That's a once-in-a-lifetime love. That's a once-in-a-lifetime spiritual experience. And Archangel Michael wants to tell you, well, that belief of yours is about to get shaken up. There's something that you're going to, begin the process of. It's like you start to write a book, or you start to fill out the paperwork, or you start to go through the process, or you start to read something, or you start to take a class. There's something here where you're following your heart. I'm being shown like visa documents, so you might start to move to a different country or live there for a longer period of time. You might begin the process of maybe getting a financial advisor in order to help you save up to go do something you've always wanted to do. You might begin taking classes in business so that you can begin to start something. You might, like, it's giving this, but it's swordsy, it's giving paper or mercury. It's giving a paper vibe. So that's where I'm getting visas and paperwork and books and things like this, okay? But it's something where it's following your heart, and it also seems like a big process. But in some way, you do have support here. The whole process, everything is supposed to be fun about it. It's just life. Remember that you're dreaming. Allow it to be fun. Archangel Michael would like to let you know that you have a plethora of options available for you. But for some reason, there's just one thing that feels really right. Now, you look at some of the things around you, maybe people, places, things, ideas, and you think, well, everything can't come with me, right? Surely. And I'm getting this, not so fast, you don't know if you never try energy. Now, you've accessed a large amount of abundance before a boulder came across your river. But you removed this boulder, you begin to learn, you begin to think of a process or start a process or get the paperwork filed or something like this, get something in order. And this is causing the river to flow again. Now, you have so much angelic guidance around you that you have more than one key. And it can unlock any door that you'd like. Well, you have keys to several doors, let's say that. It's not one master key, it's several keys. And you can create anything that you'd like out of this life. This is a reminder of this. However, there's something about your maybe aesthetic or your physical beauty or something like this that is developing and evolving at this point in time. And there's also a question of where does it go? Say that you love, maybe you really, really love a good boho look, but you live in Manhattan. It's not really the space for that. Say that you really, really love a good suit, but you live in a little surf town. It's not really the space for that, right? And it doesn't need to be so superficial, but it is giving like an aesthetic kind of, like, there's the core of the energy versus the aesthetic, and there's one where they both match, where you can be spiritual and still dress nice, or where you can let your hair go wild and still put a ton of jewelry on. It's like this vibe of the core and the aesthetic. There's a place where they line up. There is a place where they line up, and it happens to be in this vibe that feels like home, that, well, it's something about like cold and very light, like cold in a good way. Like it's giving like kind of Northern Lights energy, or maybe it's just fresh to you, or it resonates with light or lights or something. I'm hearing the City of Lights. It can be something like this as well. Okay. Now the path here has been unseen to you and still will be for a little bit, but it will be cracking open for you soon. Archangel Michael wants you to, get your story straight on how you'd like it to go. That is the biggest reason why it hasn't occurred yet. Now, it is true that you are open to interpretation. It is true that you allow the universe, the divine, to work through you, but it's still your option. You can walk towards the community that will support you, or you can walk away from the play and the lightheartedness and maybe the unseriousness that would lead you there as well. Archangel Michael again would like to remind you that your creativity and curiosity, connected with your alchemy and your devotion, those two things together can create something new. You have many keys to many doors, And you can step into all of them. But you're being encouraged to look at the building that would house all of those different rooms. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? Where would that be located? One thing that Archangel Michael would like to let you know is that if someone else can do it, you can do it. If no one else has done it, you can do it. And to use your voice, because it deserves to be heard. Your voice is beautiful and you have something substantial to say. And for that reason alone, it is only fair and right and just for you to speak up, speak out, loudly, boldly, unabashedly. Because that voice deserves to be heard. It is unfair to keep it silent for you, and it's also unfair to keep it all to yourself. You have much to offer. And it will be on your path in a way that you very much love. There might be questions about how difficult the path to arrive there will be. And then there's this question again of, don't you remember? We removed that obstacle for you very much ahead of time, just in case. There's something here about, I'm getting like eternal life, or fountain of youth, or like omnipresence, or something like this that is significant or could be a clue for you here. I'm hearing the place where the sun doesn't shine, not in like a gross way, but perhaps. I'm also hearing the place where the sun always shines, so that can be significant for you as well. There is a lot of abundance that you are learning to acquire right now. But in lieu of this is some sort of internal abundance, spiritual abundance, abundance in peace, abundance in community, perhaps abundance in fulfillment, that seems to be on the chopping block here. And Archangel Michael wants to remind you that you deserve well-rounded abundance. You shouldn't need to sacrifice your mental or emotional health for your finances. You shouldn't need to sacrifice your finances for your friends. You shouldn't need to sacrifice your friends for your family. You shouldn't need to sacrifice your family for your play. You shouldn't need to sacrifice your play for your home. You shouldn't need to sacrifice your home for your health, so on and so forth. There is a time and a place for everything. You have the place, you are coming along on the time. You have keys to many, many doors. Begin to visualize which building all of those doors would exist in. Where would they coexist? What would that space look like, that larger space? Now, where is that building located? Maybe what street is it on? What vibes is it around? What city is it in or not in? What country is it in, perhaps? Maybe what material is it in? Or which realm, which dimension is it in? Archangel Michael would like to let you know that you've got abundance on its way. And at the same time, you will finally be realizing what it is that you are truly meant to do with it. Not superficial, not transactional, not immediate, and certainly not going with the flow of whatever is around you. This boulder put in your river was a divine boulder. That is why you were called to allow it in. You're doing amazingly now. You know your strength, and it's been reinforced to you as well. And Archangel Michael wants to remind you that the sweet, the kind, the naive, the playful is an energy to be cherished. And some would say the holiest of them all. So protect it with ferocity and bring it wherever it feels the most free to roam. I'm also hearing the song by the Chicks, Ready to Run. Is that, ready, 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 ready to run. Maybe it's Rome, ready to roam. No, I think it's ready to run. All I really want to do is have some fun. Say, won't you, da 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 love. I haven't heard that song in a billion years, so I probably got it wrong a little bit, but that's okay. So maybe there are messages in that song for you. Also, country music is coming up quite a bit, which is interesting because I haven't listened to country music myself for a while, so that could in and of itself have some signs for you as well. So that is your channeled message from Archangel Michael Group 2. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Please have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and sign up for my 21-day guided meditation retreat. It is the first link in the description box below. As always, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Pick out another pile or another reading, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from Archangel Michael, and you selected the third group with the Cellular Healing card. Group number 3, the first thing that Archangel Michael wants to let you know is that it's okay for you to rest, decompress, and I'm also getting you don't need to practice productive rest. Right now you're being encouraged to rest, recharge, refuel, reset. Okay? So if there are some things where you're thinking, yeah, it would be so nice, I can rest a little bit, and while I rest, I will get my entire schedule in order for next month. You don't need to productive rest. If you're thinking, I would love to get some rest, it's a really wonderful opportunity for me to go through my inventory or go through next quarter or to even finish that crochet project or that painting. Archangel Michael is saying, please try to detach rest from productivity. There are a few things that you have been wanting to do lately. One is maybe a home project, or it's like a creative project, something that's a little bit bigger, but it's maybe not on the priority list of, let's say it wouldn't be met on like the hierarchy of needs triangular graph thing, right? So it's not going to be something about your food or your emotional well-being. It might be something like you've really wanted to paint that wall in your bathroom, right? Or you've really wanted to maybe reorganize some of the furniture in your house, or perhaps you've really wanted to make a sweater for your dog, right? So Archangel Michael is saying, that's beautiful. It's going to happen. But please separate your rest from your hobbies, from your productivity, from the things around the house, from all of those things. Cellular healing. I'm also getting to tell you not to fear or hesitate towards some sort of opportunity, tool, resource that you have either been given or that you have taken the initiative to start pertaining to your cellular healing. And with cellular healing, this can bring along ideas like perhaps hypnosis or subliminals. It can also be something like NAD. It can also be something like retinol. It can also be something like Qigong. So that can take several different shapes. If there is something that you have been interested in or that you have started, Archangel Michael is giving you the thumbs up here for you for that. So let's get into the tarot. Oh, I'm also getting to tell you to be soft with yourself. I'm being shown the crystal Larimar. Okay? Very soft, very gentle stone. It deserves to be treated very gently. It's very, very soft mineral, so it can kind of crumble quite easily. It's very beautiful, very peaceful. You're being encouraged to kind of rest, decompress, allow yourself to have a break. You know, not rest and finish your book, although it might be, but not productive rest. Allow yourself to dilly-dally is what I'm getting for you. Okay. Archangel Michael would like for you to get more excited about something that's happening in the future. There seems to be something that is kind of, I'm getting within the next 2 months, something that is already planned to occur for you in the material realm. So something you've got planned or scheduled, or something you're expecting to occur, a milestone, an opportunity, a trip, or something. Now, there is something really positive about this that is going to be groundbreaking for you in some way that you're not necessarily seeing coming. This is a gift from the divine in some way. There's something about, I'm hearing the phrase, home is where the heart is. I'm also receiving something about you being ready to receive love from something that, from an area where you didn't receive it. Or, like, it might be that you were in a situation and that situation wasn't giving to you. It can also be that you were in a situation and you weren't ready to receive. Maybe you had your walls up, something was trying to give to you and you just couldn't accept it, right? It depends on the situation, but there's something here that is a gift for you. And I'm getting to tell you, not, you don't need to attach yourself too much to either the outcome or to ideas of what could happen or what should happen or what you should do. You also don't need to be too wary or hesitant about the people or situations or opportunities that come into your life at this point in time or in the future, okay? I'm getting at all of the things that are around you right now. So there might have been a shift recently in some of the things that are around you. Okay, that's a sign if that's relevant for you. But Archangel Michael wants to let you know that the things that are around you right now and the things that are going to be around you in the next few months, they are all crystal clear. I'm hearing the phrase squeaky clean. You can trust them, okay? As I said that, my little kitten just rolled over onto her back and, like, opened up her arms and everything, so she's just in a big X. Like, she's showing her belly. It's very vulnerable when they lay on their back like that. So, there's something here where it's like you can roll over, you can relax, you can have your belly up, okay? And not in a state of, like, submission or surrender, but in a place of, like, it's safe to be vulnerable, it's safe to be open, and you don't need to think of it as vulnerability like a difficulty or vulnerability to offense or something like this, okay? That chapter of your life is over, and there's going to be something that comes to a full circle moment with whatever it is that you have planned or scheduled. What does Archangel Michael want to tell you? Archangel Michael is the one that is responsible for assisting you in the material world currently. So if you have recently had some material blessings, okay, first of all, it's not completed yet. The work that he's doing with you is not completed, but he wants to let you know that this is the spirit guide, the energy of yours that has been guiding you through this, that has been maybe tapping this situation on the shoulder, giving that person a nudge, that's maybe been whispering in your ear, that's been kind of guiding you to make certain moves, okay? I'm hearing something about long-term relationships. This can be like with client building. It can be with like long-term relationships with brands or in different industries. It can be romantically, of course, or in friendships. There's something about like building long-term relationships or long-term partnerships here that is important. That Archangel Michael has been kind of, I'm getting just whispering in a few ears, tapping people on the shoulder, giving a few little nudges, because you have been really, really doing the work. You've closed out a lot of chapters. You are also not attached to the material at all whatsoever, but that does not mean that you do not show up and do what is required of you. You show up and do what is required of you, and you are not attached to the material. You're not attached to the superficial, but that also does not mean that you don't get to enjoy it, okay? Archangel Michael wants to remind you, sometimes people can get too attached to the superficial, to the material, but because they're too attached to it, then they end up, I'm hearing, king of the world, okay? But that is not where the story ends. The meek shall inherit the earth. Where the story ends, though, is that when you are acting through integrity, that is when things work out for you. If you zoom out, if you see the whole picture, you will see people where the only thing in their life they care about is maybe money. The only thing people care about is their public reputation. The only thing people care about is whatever. Insert something material or superficial. There's nothing wrong with liking these things. There's nothing wrong with aspiring for a better life or a higher quality life, or enjoying something that, like good craftsmanship or beautiful crystals or jewelry or things like this. However, for it to be an attachment, for it to be a genuine value, for that to be what's important in life, oftentimes those with misplaced hearts will end up receiving exactly what it is that they want, only to be shown how hollow it is. However, they're not acting with integrity. So, there's this vibe of you showing up and doing the same type of work, the same quality of work, the same amount of work, but you're not attached to the material. You are not bound to superficiality at all whatsoever. And because you're not attached to it, and you do the work internally and externally, you do receive this abundance. And a reason for this has to do with the whole picture. And so keeping the whole picture in mind, Archangel Michael would like for you to currently rest, receive. Don't worry about doing. Don't worry about fixing. Don't worry about productivity. Instead, put one foot in front of the other and learn what it feels like to finally receive in the way that you give. Okay? You've given so much in your life to situations or energies that don't give to you at all. There is a lot that you have to receive. Now, you don't mind because you love to give. And at the same time, these energies that you're giving to, you see the bigger picture. You don't give in order to receive. You don't give because you want to receive something. You give because you like to give, because it's the right thing to do, because it's kind, because it's an act of compassion, because maybe they needed what you had to offer and you chose to give it to them and they couldn't find it anywhere else. And maybe they couldn't give to you. But you see the bigger picture. You see that your life, your story, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than that situation. It's bigger than everything. The love you have to give isn't wasted. Even if you're watering a plant that doesn't want to finish drinking the water, it's okay. Maybe watering that plant empties your cup, but that plant was really thirsty. But you can always fill your cup back up, move along, you can water other plants. That's okay. It's about the bigger picture. With the bigger picture in mind, rest. With the bigger picture in mind, trust that you are guided, you are protected, things are being taken care of on your behalf. And do know at this point in time that a lot of people, a lot of energies, plants that you have watered that have not poured back into you, that not that they can't or they won't, they just haven't yet. Archangel Michael is giving them little nudges right now, because right now it's your turn. Archangel Michael wants you to say, don't even think for a second, please, my love, that you will not be lifted up when you need it, or maybe even when you least expect it, or maybe even some fun. Try your best not to align what you do with the clock or the calendar. Focus on the energy, focus on your body, focus on your spirit. Rest when you need to rest. Follow your flow. Things are shifting and transforming for you very quickly. You might be surprised to find out where you end up by the end of this year. And again, there's an energy that's pointing to something that you have planned in the next couple of months as a catalyst. Let's see what else Archangel Michael would like to tell group number 3. Okay. Archangel Michael wants you to know that there are energies that you have seen clearly that are now beginning to see themselves or the situations that you saw, maybe you spoke on clearly. And I'm getting better late than never. I'm also hearing Too Little Too Late by JoJo, so there might be conflicting energies there a little bit. There are energies or people or situations or corporations, communities around you that are realizing that you paved the path that they're looking for a very, very long time ago. But because they were on B and you were on X, it didn't look like if you were looking from A to Z, they're on B and you're on X. It doesn't look like you're even walking the same path. It doesn't look like there's anything in common. It looks like B's like, well, I know where I'm going, and I'm trying to get to C. I don't know where you're going. And then they realize that the closer they get to C, and then the closer they arrive at D, and then they find E, it sheds layers. It clears vision. It clears and opens paths. It creates clarity. And the more they inch, the further they see that you've paved the way all the way to, through, and beyond Z. And so right now there's this realization that not only were you ahead of your time, but you even laid the groundwork, the blueprint, for those who need it. And you were in the right place at the right time, more so for them than for you. You were in the right place at the right time for them, even though it was inconvenient for you. Giving and giving and giving, and not what you have to give, not being understood. Well, I don't want this water. Okay, but your soil is dry, my love, and your leaves are withering. But why are you giving me water? I don't understand what water has to do with that. You need to drink. Here's some water. Oh my God, no, now I'm all wet. I don't like that. It soaks into the soil and it climbs up their root, and you're already out of that house. You're in a different place, watering a different plant, and the second that they feel rehydrated and they get enough light and their leaves, they start to come back alive and they start to present new growth. Oh, it was that water. Hey, where's group number 3 again? That is what's occurring. Archangel Michael would like for you to know that the truth that you've seen for a long time, the path that you laid out, the guidebook that you wrote because you didn't have any, the water that you gave because you saw withering leaves, the blueprint that you are, that you left behind. It is now a decisive tool. You can call it I'm hearing a passage of initiation or rite of initiation, something like this. It is now being considered a cutting-edge, decisive, and objective, inarguable path or step or resource, information. There's something here about, it's like if you read a mathematical textbook, if you read a textbook on calculus, you can't argue with the numbers. You can't argue with the formulas that are in there, the formulae. It is something like this. It's been a long time coming. I'm being shown the movie What a Girl Wants with Amanda Bynes. It's like an old 2000s movie. Because there's this song in there called Long Time Coming, where he says, it's been a long time coming down this road, but now I've found what I've been waiting for. It's been a lonely highway, but now I see that love's been a long time coming. It's something like this, where you've been waiting a very long time. Again, it was on, you're not attached to the material. You're not attached to the superficial. So there was the flexibility for things to be on others' timelines. You're not attached to how much you receive or when you receive or if you receive. So it allows space and flexibility for the universe to work through you. And Archangel Michael is saying, don't worry, my love, you are getting yours. You're getting yours right now. But please, first thing, rest. Please, first thing, focus on loving those cells of yours, sending them light. Maybe focusing on your skincare, doing red light therapy, taking some supplements or exercising, maybe intermittent fasting, whatever resonates with you. It's giving cellular healing, cellular regeneration. So, you are going to find that all that you didn't receive, that you weren't attached to, is going to be coming back into you all at once. So right now, there's a lot of realization occurring behind the scenes. A a lot of the cells that you activated, once they flip over and they leave the blueprint behind for the new cells, and the new cells, they're no longer filled with the old memory. They're no longer filled with the old stuff. They're no longer filled with the combative energy or the defensive energy or whatever it is, right? The new cells, they're fresh and they're clean, and they say, who gave us this blueprint? That's group number 3. They're the only one. The only one that gave to me when I needed water. Everyone else just told me my leaves were dry. Or everyone else just told me maybe if I stand up a little taller. Group 3 gave me water when I was dying of thirst and I didn't even know it. Group 3 gave me water when I was sitting there baking in the sun, thinking that that was all I needed to do. There's a new beginning for you. It's very materially abundant. There's going to be this moment in your near future. Archangel Michael wants you to know that it is going to be flooded with material abundance all at once. There's going to be then, there's going to be before, and there's going to be after. And it's not going to be a process. It's going to be a moment or like a week. And that's it. Because there's something that you've been dealing with for a very long time, that you've been, there's a burden that you've maintained detached from because of your faith in the unknown, in the unseen, in your foundation, in the divine. And you've continued to allow the universe to work through you. Archangel Michael wants you still to know that the scales of justice do need to be balanced. And again, just to reiterate, rest, self-love, self-care. I'm getting, you want to look nice and rested when you're standing up on that stage. Or you want to feel nice and at peace, nice and calm when that crowd starts cheering for you. You want to feel nice and centered when you finally get your flowers. You don't want to be overstimulated because people are clapping for you. You don't want to feel at your capacity when someone's trying to hand you something, your flowers, when you're already holding so much. So rest. Immediately. Or as immediately as possible. As deeply as possible. Focus on those cells. Not on doing, not on giving, not on multitasking or productive resting, just on resting. Larimar crystal as well. Group number 3, that's your channeled message from Archangel Michael. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. I do offer personal readings. They're going to be available on my spiritual shop. You can find that on Etsy at Spiritualistik. It's linked in the description box below. Don't forget to check out my 21-day guided meditation retreat. You can find that as the first link in the description box below. You have access to it forever as well, so you can take it as many times over as you'd like. It's a great resource to have access to. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.